Welcome back, you cute,
Right
sexy,
into it. I like
amazing,
it.
awesome, articulate. Wait, hold on. Where are my glasses? Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Articulate, amazing,
I thought we were gonna get away with it, guys.
magnificent,
Those stupid fucking glasses.
phenomenal. Anime lovers, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
We are the Out of Pocket Anime Podcast. It's your boy
That
Blackie
is who we
Chan.
are. Comedy Hashir, what up, though?
Yeah, but I'm better. Blackie Chan is definitely better. And we're
The
getting
stupid
into
ass
a
name. Doesn't even spell it right.
special episode for you guys today. We're getting
Not
into
special.
probably one of the greatest season 2s in anime history.
That I agree with, yeah. Yeah,
Solo
100%. Dolo.
leveling.
Yep. Yep. We're gonna cover what? Episode
No, you're
7.
supposed to say something after leveling, like leveling this penis
Why
or
would I
something like
say
that.
leveling this penis? That doesn't make any sense at all there.
You used to do it. You don't
I
do it
used to.
anymore.
I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I
We've heard
don't.
in the comment section, they all miss it.
No one has said that.
Everyone says,
We
"Comedy Hashira,
barely
we
get
miss
comments.
we miss when you used
We
to
still
say
get enough
something
comments where
after."
I can read them all. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we lying in front of
At
these
least we
people?
haven't gotten bottom guy comments in a minute,
Oh, yeah, it
you know?
has been a minute, but I haven't been as outlandish in my
True,
defense.
true.
I've
But
calmed down a bit.
the best season 2, potentially.
It's
Season 2
so
Solo
good.
Leveling, episodes 7 through 11.
It's so fucking good.
Holy shit. And hold on, we've
Yep.
been covering Fire Force, right? If you
Yep.
guys go
Yep.
back
Yes, sir.
into our most recent episodes, this is episode 65, 64, 62, I believe. We had one in between.
Yep.
I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Don't
But
quote him.
Fire Force
Yep.
has had a lot of shit inside of each episode to the point where we're like, maybe that's a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
However, Solo
Definitely feels
Leveling,
longer. Yep.
do you feel as though that's a little
No,
too
dude.
much, or do you feel like this is just right?
Here's the problem with solo leveling. I feel like this is just the right amount of stuff, but I want the episodes to be longer.
So you want even more.
I want more. I want more at
You
all
want them to
times.
just
My weeks are so goddamn long while I'm waiting for
what he
solo
wants.
leveling to come out.
Uh-huh.
Like, work already sucked. It
I
already
mean,
sucked. It's
has it
gotten
ever
10
not?
times worse. It's
Has
gotten
it ever
10
not
times worse
sucked?
since solo leveling. Cause I'm like, dude, like even today I had the countdown clock going. I'm like,
You had the
ooh,
solo
solo
leveling
leveling
clap.
tomorrow. Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh,
Ooh
ooh,
woo.
ooh, 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 ooh.
Yep. But yeah, I've had it. I've like it's all I've been thinking about. I talk to people at work about it all the time. Like, yo, you watch solo leveling? They're like,
And
dude,
they're
I
like,
don't know
no.
you. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, sorry, my bad.
absolutely
I thought you were
not.
someone else. Fucking
Fucking solo
apologize.
leveling.
Fucking A, dude. Watch solo
Yeah.
leveling. Fucking nerd.
No, I like solo leveling this season so much that
It's
I
so
had,
fucking good.
and again, we've been watching in Japanese for the most part. So when I
Yeah.
go back and rewatch, some of it is in English,
Yep. Yep.
or I should say dubbed.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much that I even went into Jinwoo's voice actor and saw him
Oh
in a
yeah,
couple
that's right. We were
videos
talking about that
because
briefly the
he's
other day
starting
on
to
the
make
phone.
some noise.
Yeah.
He's starting to make some noise. He looks like a young cat that's trying to like really jump onto the scene as
Talent,
a,
man.
and we don't do any research on these
None.
guys
None
or on
whatsoever.
any of the
Yeah.
animes
He could be
or
in
on
1,000 animes. We don't
I
know.
know, right? And he could be 35 years old.
Right?
We
You're
have
like a
no
young guy
idea.
trying to make his mark.
And
He's had a full
he's
career. He's about to
35.
die. He's 47. He's on his
Right.
deathbed. He's been in 1,000 animes.
We
Like
don't know.
fuck if we know, dude.
We
I
don't
don't.
know.
I don't know.
That's the point he's
But
trying
it's
to
been
make.
like this season. So there's a
No, but
podcast we were
real
watching.
quick,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I had
ahead.
watched him
Hmm.
and I was like, "Yo, he sounds not only just like him, but his normal fucking voice is just
Yeah.
like him."
Yeah.
And that's something I've admired only because I like the anime so far. That
Right.
I would not give a fuck about any of this shit had
Yep.
I not liked this anime. And that's how good the anime is it made me go watch a fucking video on the voice
Dude,
actor of Jinwoo.
so I actually sat down and I had a thought about this because it was such a good it's such a good season 2. And we got essentially the 2 episodes that are coming out at the same time as the finale, so it's kinda like having an hour episode when it's really like 2 30-minute episodes coming out.
And real quick,
But
we will
go
be
ahead.
releasing an episode right after this on that,
Yes,
on
sir.
the, last episode special. It's technically 2. That's why I do this,
Yep, yep,
but we will be
the
releasing
finale. We'll
a
call it the
finale
finale.
episode,
Yeah,
directly after this, but go ahead.
yeah. But yeah, so, like, when I was watching this, I really started thinking because I was like, "Man, this season 2 is fucking phenomenal." JJK season 2 was fucking phenomenal. I really thought about I was like, "Okay, so let's say, because these are like it's becoming more normal to have just really good animes coming out. I think that's just with the popularity of animes. They're buying more anime product
Just
and starting to develop
the
more animes.
ability
Yeah.
the ability of new anime, like,
Mhm.
it's really showcasing the ability of new anime. Not only this, but also Blue Lock, that also
Yeah.
came out,
Blue
that we've
Lock's
also been
phenomenal.
covering.
Yep. But and then like all the new ones that I've been watching for the
All of
most
them.
part, I enjoy them. I've been
Phenomenal.
watching a lot of different animes. But
Yeah.
it made me think because I was like, all right, so a lot of times shows will die off season 2 real hard after a great season 1. Like that's very
Is
common
that a
in the
thing?
anime community. Yeah.
Is that
Oh
a
yeah.
thing? Is that a known thing where it's like
Mhm.
season 2 is known to be a die-off season?
A lot of times, yeah. It's more common than not in animes. And so, like, I was thinking about it and I was like, would I rather have, because I know Solo Leveling, like, season 1 was good, season 2 was great. Same with JJK. Season 1 was really good, season 2 is great. Like,
I
I
would
want,
say more along the lines of
whoa,
phenomenal, but go ahead. I know
yeah,
what you
all
meant.
right, dude. All
I'm
right.
picking hairs. I'm
Yeah,
picking
you
hairs.
are.
I get it. Go ahead.
So it made me think, I was like, would I prefer a bad season 1 and a great season 2? Or would I prefer a great season 1 and a bad season 2? I was really thinking about that today. Like this show made me think about that. I was like, which one's more important? Getting people bought in? Cause then it's like if you watch the first season, they build a little bit of room for you, right? A little bit of trust. Cause you're like, man, this first season's great. Second season, not so much. But their first season was really good. So their third season, maybe it'll come back around. Or is it better for it to like build where you're like at the end of season 2, you're anticipating season 3? And you're like, "Oh, season 2 is so good. Season 3 is gonna be the fucking shit."
So
Like,
like MHA,
yeah, I
like a
was
gradual
really
build.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's exactly the anime I was thinking of when I thought of that too. But I was like, "Man, I don't know which ones I'd prefer." I think I'd prefer a slow build where it's slowly getting better versus inconsistent seasons, me personally.
And what would you consider an AOT? Would you consider that a consistent build?
Yeah, I would consider that a consistent build. I think the problem with AOT, aside from like I understand that not a lot of people like
The
that,
format
like it,
of the
and I
ending?
get that. The format of the ending. I think that if you would have just did the final season and it
Mhm.
came out like it was supposed to, I think it actually would have been a better ending. But because they made you wait 3 years in between each ending and or whatever the
That's
time was,
rough.
it made it so much worse because you
Yeah.
build in your head what it could be, what could be happening,
What
and
it is,
because they waited so long and
it's
it
like,
wasn't like you had all that time to
you
build it up,
lost it.
they lost it and it made it worse than it probably was in my head. Cause I was like overall, I didn't mind the ending, but I was more disappointed in the ending. I thought it would be better. And so like if I had to pick a side,
But
which
you're
side I was
equating
on,
that to the format of it,
right,
to the way they
right,
released it
right.
versus the actual episodes,
And
right?
that
Because
might play in too.
the actual episodes weren't that bad. It's the matter of how they
I th-
released it.
well, it's why I think I see them as bad.
Right.
So that played a big part in it. And that might also, like for instance, Black Clover right now is on like a 4-year hiatus currently. And we got the movie for it, which was pretty good, but we're still waiting on another season. So it's like, is the season going to be bad because I've been waiting 5, 6, 7 years for the new season, or is it going to be like
Bleach.
1,000 Year Blood War? Thank you, 1,000 Year Blood War, where when it comes back, I'm like, oh shit, let's fucking
Right.
go. You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
it's a direct continuation.
Right, 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 and that's what Black Clover would be. Same with, like, they're talking about bringing
Hopefully,
out
right?
more of yeah, hopefully. They're talking about bringing out more of, Hunter x Hunter, and that's been offline for fucking years, and so if they bring in a new season, I think it would probably be more like Thousand Year Blood War and Bleach.
Now, is that something, and this is completely off topic, woo,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Just because you brought what you brought
Second se
up.
we were just talking about second seasons.
I know, right?
Yeah,
And I'm about to jump.
let's hear it.
Naruto.
Fucking Jump.
Naruto, because
Shonen Jump. What's up?
Naruto is an anime where it's like it ended, but you're like, "Oh man, it's Naruto. I wish there was more." You know what I mean? And instead of them doing Boruto, would you have preferred them just doing a continuation of Naruto
I've
and
watched
making it
the problem is
Naruto, but with Boruto
yeah,
writing?
I got you. I got you. The problem is I've only watched 1 episode of Boruto.
And having said that, I haven't watched any of
So,
Boruto. I've
I
watched scenes, I haven't watched an episode.
I heard that I've heard that the manga has finally gotten good. I've heard what they've made so far isn't the best part of the manga. I've heard that
Eh,
it's gotten good. It's just so hard. It's just
Naruto's like a
at a certain point, I think you're milking the clock. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, it's too much. I understand you like, you gotta have the story end, they had it end. I was fine with the ending of Shippuden. I was perfectly fine with it. If they stopped it there, I would have been good. But I think they're milking the clock because it's such a
but
popular anime.
what about Dragon Ball?
Drag oh,
That's different, no?
Dragon Ball's a little different, and the reason it's a little different is because GT was so atrociously bad. I freaking hate GT with a passion. And what they did is they went back and they're like, when they started Super, they're like, okay, we're just gonna pretend everything in GT didn't happen. And I think that's the right call because GT was absolute fucking hot garbage.
Outside of the actual transformation
Right.
of Super Saiyan
So
4,
that's a little different where it wasn't a continuation or anything like that. It was them
'cause I do wish
deciding
Super Saiyan 4 was like a
yeah.
was a thing.
But it was them
Kinda
deciding
not.
that they needed to come back in and redo what they had done before because it was so bad. So that's a little different.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I mean, fair
Yeah.
enough. But
Solo leveling,
hopefully
baby.
yeah, I was about to say, hopefully Solo Leveling can learn from those decisions,
I
right?
mean,
Not only
everything
old school, and that's the point of us bringing up all those different
yeah, it's
animes was not only
everything
the
go ahead, go ahead.
Narutos, the Bleaches, the Black Clovers,
Mhm.
the animes that are like that, and then not only the MHAs, the AOTs, the JJKs that are a little bit more modern, a little bit more not
R
necessarily modern, but more
recent.
recent,
Yeah.
and they can find that happy medium of okay, we're gonna give you a continuation of something, but we're not gonna overdo it.
Yeah, the good thing is that everything that's come out of, like, any Solo Leveling content is that it continues to be good. You know? And so anybody who's, like, talking about it at all, where they don't give anything away, but they're just talking about it, it seems like everybody's still enjoying the manga, everybody's still fucking loving everything.
Manhwa, no,
Whatever, dude. Yeah, I think you're right, but whatever.
the manhwa.
Uh, it's too much for me.
It's a Korean manga.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, "Yeah, I get it." Like, fucking let's just fucking do it, dude,
Yeah,
and
I'll
I'm
put
good.
that's a point
Y
up in
and
my column.
Solo Leveling, the last episode fucking set records. It's the most liked and disliked episode of anime on Crunchyroll.
Disliked.
Yeah,
The most recent one?
yeah, it's the most liked and the most disliked.
The
I
one where
think it's just
he
when you have
eventually
that
said
many views.
exchange?
Yeah, fucking right at the very end, that's probably why people dislike that shit, dude.
Yeah, it's
That's
gotta
probably
be.
why people
What
dislike
took
that
you so
shit.
long?
Oh, by the way,
He pulled a Goku? He pulled a Goku?
what do we always say? Spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it yet,
I mean, come on. Solo Leveling?
yeah, it's right there in the title, guys.
Are
I
you
don't know
talking
what the
about
fuck
Solo
to tell
Leveling?
you. Yep, spoiler alert. We are talking about up to
7
the
through
most
11.
recent stuff. By the time this comes out, the new episode will be out,
Yeah,
but still.
7 to 11. I mean,
7-Eleven.
that
Yeah,
we're up to the point where he said exchange. And
dude.
I told you about this beforehand. RDC World, a
Yeah,
group,
they made
an
fun of it. Yeah,
anime
yeah,
group that we love and respect. They're fucking hilarious. Everyone fucking knows that. I don't have to fucking give them their credit.
yeah.
But they did a fucking hilarious bit on how Jinwoo's kind of taking this whole shit. And that's a big, I think, underrated topic of discussion is why is he waiting?
Dude, I don't
Why is
get
he
him.
waiting? He
So
so the biggest point to this entire season, let's get it out the box,
he's a
right?
10th rank hunter, baby.
No.
10th S rank.
10th rank Hunter.
10th
10th rank
10th S
Hunter.
rank.
No, you
10th
butchered that to the core.
10th S rank.
You suck.
All right. That's
No,
that's the whole
that's
point
not
of
the
this
biggest
entire
point.
season
No,
is
it
that my
isn't.
boy is finally in S rank.
No,
Shit's getting
it
out of
isn't.
control. It's
You're
popping
wrong.
off. We're letting
You're
it
wrong.
happen.
You're wrong.
Fuck Ming Sung, that acting
Hey,
bitch.
you
All
don't know
right.
what you're talking
He
about.
don't want the smoke. He don't want the smoke.
You don't know what you're talking about. The biggest
Continue.
point to this season is him getting the elixir of life, right? Him reviving his mother who from that slumber, which you
So
refuse to answer, to talk about, to comment on, to
means
relate
nothing to me.
to
Here's
react to. You don't do
here's
any of that.
here's the deal. All right. You're right. Okay.
I
Everybody,
don't know
he's
why.
right. He's right. And here's why. I actually put it in my notes. I put literally, this is what I wrote in my notes. I go, see, I told you, we're only on episode like 9, and they've already healed the mom in the middle of the season. No one cares.
What are you talking
No one
about?
cares, dude.
Why?
We are season 2, and it's a random episode in the middle of the season, and they heal the mom, the thing he's been trying to do for 2 seasons.
It's the
And
8th episode.
I would assume if we gave
8th
him a real
episode.
life, all right, my bad. If I'd assume if we give him a real life, he lived up until they started doing the show, which means whenever his mom got sick, that's when he wanted to heal her. So it however long from when she got sick to now or to episode 8 season 2,
Season 1, episode 1.
he was trying. He was trying to heal her.
Season 1, episode 1, he's trying to heal her. Season 2, episode 8, he healed her.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. They put it in the middle of the season. In the
What's wrong
middle
with
of the
that?
goddamn season.
What's wrong with that?
That's how much it doesn't matter. That's my point.
So you didn't care.
Nah, I was like, yeah, that's about right. I did care that he got 6 of the elixirs when he crafted them. He
He
got
got
6.
6.
Yeah, he got 6 of them.
Oh,
Did you
I didn't
not?
know that.
What are
I
we
didn't
doing
catch
here?
that. I caught the one that was important. My bad.
It wasn't important. It's
My bad. I
episode
didn't
8,
catch
season
the
2.
5
We
others.
literally just discussed this.
Because even in his craftsmanship, they said he could fail if he crafted it.
And so, were you
So
watching the
where did you
screen?
catch that he got 6?
It says it right on the screen right after that.
Okay.
Like literally, if you're
No,
watching the
okay.
screen and it says you've successfully crafted 6 elixirs.
Yeah, you've successfully crafted 6 elixirs, and you have to catch that in a half a second because of the way that they fucking do these modern animes.
Did you
They
catch that he
they
crafted the elixir?
Yeah,
All right. Well, seems like it's a you problem, dude.
how is that a me problem?
Cuz you got to see this shit, dude.
These motherfuckers make you pause that shit every 3 seconds. Don't act like you don't fucking pause it when
Nah,
they're
not
talking in
solo leveling.
Japanese.
Not solo leveling.
You're crazy.
Fucking
You're
JJK.
crazy.
JJK
No, you're crazy. You're
every
crazy because
point 5 second.
they bring up his new abilities on
Yeah.
the screen, and
Mhm.
they don't actually verbally explain it. So if you understand his full abilities, you would have had to have stopped the fucking anime, paused it, and gone, "Okay,
Nope.
this ability allows you to blah 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 blah."
Not all of us suck like you, man.
Well,
I don't
apparently
know
you
what to
can
tell you.
read then because you've
Not
been
well.
lying. No, you've been lying.
You've been lying to
You've
the
been
people.
lying. You've been
You've been
saying you
lying
don't
to
know
the
how to
people.
read.
I don't know how to read. That's why I can read it so quick, dude. Why does it matter? Can't read that shit.
Yeah, now you can read it quick.
I look
Now
at
he
it
can read it
quickly, I
quick.
guess is a better way to put it.
Now he can read it quick.
Yes, I
That makes a
can.
whole lot of sense.
Yeah. But no, yeah, he crafted 6, so I was more focused on the fact that he crafted 6 than I was about him healing the mom. Because I was like, "Oh, Jinho's dad is sick now. He's got the
Right,
eternal
you
re."
saw that.
I'm
And then you
assuming that's
finally see
one
the
of them.
reasoning, right? You
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
finally like,
Yeah.
alright, now you know why people go into those comas.
Also, I was super upset about that reason, only because in the very last episode, I had a whole theory about how that construction company was, like, mining
Oh,
crystals and it was
yeah.
causing damage, and the second they were like, "Yeah, just being around a hunter,
No,
you're sick."
just magic, right?
Yeah,
Like,
being around magic, whatever it was. Being around magic, you're gonna be sick, and I go, "Well, that's some fucking bullshit. Toss my fucking theory out the window. Fuck that, dude."
yeah.
But I am happy he didn't join the construction team. In fact, he has Jinho to ride with him.
Well, and
He's
that
like,
was an
"Hey, nigga,
interesting
let's run
part.
it back. Let's run it
Right,
back."
because Jinho's dad was like, "You bitch ass nigga."
He sure
He
was.
said
In his defense, he was spot on. He was like, "So you're telling I was ready to give your brother the keys to this shit. You did all this bullshit, then you came to me with this idea, and now you want nothing to fucking do with it?"
Well, and it's funny too because he pointed out that Jinho was gonna go with Jinwoo
Yeah.
before Jinho even said he was gonna go with
When did
Jinwoo.
he do that?
He
I think
said
I missed that.
so he came back to him and he said, because the dad was like, "Go get Jinwoo and I'll give you the company,"
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He
yeah.
said, "If you can get Jinwoo,
I
I
remember
got
that.
you."
Yep.
So he goes and then he has a conversation with Jinwoo, and Jinwoo's like, "No, I can't, but I want you to come with me."
Yeah.
Long story short, again, he goes back to dad and goes, "Yeah, I tried." He said no, but he offered me that right there. So he goes, "I tried." He said no, but he offered me to come with him. Did he at any point right there say that he was going to join Jinwoo? No, he didn't
No.
say it yet. But his dad, if you catch it, this is the direct dialogue. It goes from him saying, "Yo, Jinwoo offered me a position with him," to dad going, "Oh, so your bitch ass is gonna take a deal with Jinwoo after
Yeah.
you said you was gonna own our company and I gave you the chance and this, and that."
Or
And I'm
guilt.
like,
Yeah.
"Wait, hold on. He didn't say he was gonna join you." But then obviously Jinho is just like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep,
I'm gonna take the
that's exactly
ability.
what's happening.
Yeah, it's exactly what's happening.
Spot on analysis, dad.
Right.
You
He
astute.
he didn't need
Astute
him to say it.
observation. Yeah,
He didn't need him to
astute
say it.
observation. Uh,
So, that was a small kind of note that I took
yeah,
down.
and that was before he got the announced as a 10th rank or 10th S
T
rank,
S
right?
rank, right, and he's, actually also, which I caught,
Or was it right
the
after?
the it was right after.
Okay.
And he was also the S rank that got anointed S rank after Cha, the blonde bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
So she was the last one who got
That
ranked
bitch fucking
S rank.
fighting, dude.
No, but I mean,
That bitch fucking
no,
fighting,
but
bro.
you know what? You know what I
Fucking throw them
you know what's
hands, ho.
disappointing?
What is disappointing?
What's disappointing is that he's so strong that it downplays all of everyone else's abilities to me.
Jinwoo?
Yeah, Jinwoo is so strong, like, so
Yeah.
absurdly powerful that when you saw, because you remember, this was a big moment, right? Where we
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
"Yo, we're about to finally see these S ranks fucking throw down."
I was so
We've
hyped.
seen we've seen Jinwoo.
Yeah.
We're like, "Yo, this dude's insane."
Yeah.
We're about to finally see these S ranks throw down, and they looked so much weaker to me. I mean,
Because of
so
Jinwoo.
much weaker than
Ah,
Jinwoo, and I'm like, "Yo, these are S ranks? They feel like A ranks." Like, these guys don't really do
well,
shit
so for
when
one
you watch what Jinwoo's doing.
yeah, so for one, I'm not sure if you remember, but this is a constant gripe I have where I'm like, they don't show the levels well enough.
Yeah,
So
you've said that.
that is a constant gripe I have with the way they do the power system and I guess not the power system, but the power scaling in the
Yeah.
systems. They don't like it's just him saying in the show, this person's an S rank. Oh, we know this is gonna be an S rank battle because we say we should be able like we can watch Jin Woo fight some nigga and be like, that's an S rank battle right
Well,
there.
hold
That
on,
shit's out of control.
let me stop
But
you right there. I'm gonna let you finish.
you
Apologize.
talk just like dad, by the way.
But
Imma stop you right there, Shane. Imma stop you right there. Sorry, that's just something dad does all the
holy
time.
shit, trauma dump? You're gonna trauma dump right now?
No, I'm just
All
you
right,
sound
well,
exactly like him.
clearly. Anyway, um, he made a point where he was, damn it, now you fucked me up. Now you fucked me up.
I could tell immediately, immediately. Even when you just looked at me with pure rage, I was like, "He already forgot." It's been a point 0.5 seconds, and he's already forgot what he wanted to
Yeah,
talk
I
about.
really didn't understand why you brought that into this.
It's just something dad says all the fucking time. So he'll be like, "Let
That's
me"
wild.
yeah, just fucking having flashbacks here. I was like, "Oh, all right, yeah. Guess I'm talking with dad now." And it
Wild.
completely fucked you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I tried not to laugh at the beginning. I'm
No,
sure when
go
people go
ahead.
back and look at it, they'll see me like,
Back to you.
because I knew immediately that you're gonna get fucked up. No, just the like we were talking about the power scaling and all that shit. Watching them fight and watching them go at it. I think I had called you before that episode happened, before you had watched the episode where it stops right before they start fighting. And I was like, yo, next week's episode is gonna be the fucking shit. Make sure you watch this week's episode. And then you watch that episode and you're like, "Oh, well, it's just dudes fighting. Like it's good, but it's not what I thought it would be." And then that bitch's head gets cut off when they're on the island, and then they're like, "Oh, next week's episode is going to be the fucking episode." Shit's out of control. I will say their fight with the fucking ants that they're having right now, that looks more like an S rank fight than when they were fighting each other.
No, it doesn't. It
To
it
me, it
doesn't.
does.
No, it doesn't. It looks like
In your opinion,
they were weak. That was my original point was it's like
the S ranks are weak.
yes.
Okay,
Like
I just
they're
wanted to
fucking they ain't
verify.
shit. They ain't shit. And I wasn't surprised when they were getting shit on by the ants. I wasn't surprised
You
when
called it.
when homeboy who had his homie who was the healer.
Oh, oh, the second he
I
showed
mean,
up, the
hold
second
on.
he showed up, I
The
was like, "He's
second
gonna
they
die."
were drinking, that when they were drinking in the
Yeah,
fucking sushi bar,
you were
I
like, "He's gonna
go,
show up and
"Yo,
die."
he's gonna die and he's gonna show up or he's gonna be like, yo, I'll."
He's gonna die then show up? That's wild.
So I didn't think he was gonna be like, "Yo, I'm here, I'm with you," right? Like I didn't think he was gonna be from the beginning, like, "I'm here,
You
I'm with
thought he
you."
would
I
just
thought he was
pop
gonna
in.
pop in
Yeah,
and be like,
make
"Yo,"
an entrance.
right,
Yeah,
make an
make a
entrance and be
jinwoo
like, "Yeah,
entrance.
you didn't think that I was gonna be here, but I'm here and
Yeah,
I'm healing you," right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he
Mhm.
gets his arm cut off or some shit. But, um, he showed up, and the second he went like, "I'm here," I'm like, "Oh, this nigga's dead. He's gonna die."
Yeah.
Or one or the other, right? Like,
Mhm.
either he's
Mhm.
gonna die or
Or
his
his
homie's
boy's
gonna
gonna
die.
die. I for sure knew it was gonna be the healer. I'm pretty sure you thought so too.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Ultimately, I leaned towards him, but I wouldn't have been surprised had
Nah.
the other guy died in
Nah, I
front
wouldn't
of
have
the
been
healer
surprised
who
either.
said,
Yeah.
"This is why I didn't want to." It could have went a whole nother direction
Mhm.
there. But so that happened, and I'm like, yeah, he's weak. The fucking nigga who you knew was gonna die is weak.
Yeah.
The motherfucker, the girl's weak. Like she can't do shit. And then the fucking fire dude who they called the chosen one. He's nicknamed the fucking chosen one.
That's
He
not his
ain't doing
nickname.
shit. Or
I think
whatever
it's
his
the
nickname
ultimate
is.
weapon.
The ultimate weapon, the chosen one.
Fuck. Can
Kung
control your
Pao.
voice. You're fucking with your mic right now.
Control your voice, lower your
I
tone.
something. I don't know. It was all I could think
Control
of
your
in the
voices,
moment.
lower your tone. So I'll stop screaming. So the chosen one,
Mhm.
the fucking amazing one, the fire god, whatever you want to call him, he does what he does in the beginning round, but ultimately he ain't shit.
Nah, not
You
shit.
just know. And that's disappointing in the grand scheme of shit because now, yeah, Jinwoo's like exchange and he's about to come in and he's about to fuck some shit up. But it's like you guys are fucking 3, 4, 5, 10, 8, 15, just like the Don Don bitch can't count. Whatever number you want to put out there, they're way
Mhm.
weaker, way
You know,
weaker than Jinwoo.
I didn't think about it until right now as you were going through all that stuff. And what I thought about was I was thinking this show's kind of predictable.
It really is.
It's really kind of predictable, which is kudos to them because it's rare that I find a predictable show this good. So the
Right.
fact that it's predictable and they still make it this fucking good is a credit to them in their own right and what they're doing with the writing and the animation and all that stuff. But I didn't think about it until right now as you were going through that. I was like, yeah, we saw a lot of this coming. Everything that's happened has been pretty
You see it.
predictable. I'm sure if we went back in the last episode, I'm like 90% sure I said he was like 1 or 2 episodes away from healing his mom. And that happened. And then I was wrong about the one thing, but other than that, like as I'm watching it, I was like, all right, he's clearly gonna get through the dungeon. Before he tried to the demon that he got to help him in the dungeon.
To get the elixir,
Yeah, and he's like, all right, I'll let you go.
the
And she
girl.
was like, thank you. I was like, she's gonna try and fucking stab him right now. The second he walks away,
You could
stupid
just
ass.
see it.
And it's like, it's just everything that happens is so like, there's no twists or turns or unexpected thing, at least yet, right? But it just seems so predictable. It's actually kinda disappointing now that I realize it. It's still good, it doesn't change much, but it's just disappointing that it's so predictable. You
The
know what I
only
mean?
unpredictable aspect to this so far is Jinwoo's dad.
Which they haven't brought him up since. He just fucks a nigga up in the United States, and they're like, "All right, well,
He's
we won't
gone.
bring him up again." And by that, I'm like, they brought up that he's a firefighter and all that shit, but they haven't like mentioned him being still alive. They haven't shown
Mhm.
him in the show. Like this nigga just
So, he had
beast
a
moded in
massive
S
battle,
rank.
right?
Yeah,
You remember the city
yeah, it
after
was
they fought?
leveled. The whole like half
It
the city was
it
fucking
was
leveled.
gone,
It was a hole, goddamn hole
gone, and
where
the
a city was.
did the news cover that?
They sure didn't. No. And they were just like, "Where is he?" They're like, "That nigga's gone." And they're
And
like,
then
"Should we
they
get him?"
say,
And
"We
they're
got
like, "Nope."
15 other S rank," and they got 15 S rank niggas to go on that mission and didn't mention a word about Jinwoo's dad.
Not a word, and they still haven't brought it up again, and we have, what, 2 episodes left or an hour episode? I'm not exactly sure what it is, but, like, they just left the dad out there to dry. They're like, "Hey, here's his dad. His dad's kind of a fucking beast. He was trapped inside a gate for years. Do with that what you will."
And by the way, he was a firefighter who wanted to
Yeah.
help people.
So, you're right, that is the one thing this season that is just like, "What the fuck are we doing here?" And
That's
then,
the
I
one
mean,
thing.
you obviously have the bigger questions because I know one of the
The
things I
system.
wrote down was the system, because he did talk to that bitch in there, and he was trying to figure shit out the system. So, the one thing I was thinking about is I was like, "Okay, so if the system is doing all this shit and it's telling them to go there to make him stronger, why is there 2 different systems fighting? Is it like 2 different sets of gods fighting?
Right, like,
Because
is this
why would
system
the
fighting
system
another
make
system, is
right?
what
Because
you're
why would
saying?
the system make him stronger just to, like, cause a calamity in the world?
Well, and
Like,
is
that doesn't
he
make sense.
and why him, right?
Mm,
So, what
that's
about
your
that
big thing.
what about that moment in
Yeah.
season 1 where he was on that fucking, uh, what do you call that? Pallet?
Yeah, the fucking,
Uh,
not the idol, but
the
yeah,
pendulum, whatever it is. I
not the
don't know what you
pendulum.
call them.
I know what you're trying to say, and I can't think of the word to
The
save the life of me.
the thing.
Yeah, but
Whatever
go ahead.
whatever that thing is,
Yeah, a
whatever
little
that
podium thing.
fucking dungeon was, like,
Mhm.
we haven't even revisited that.
Well, the
We
wild thing
haven't re
too.
it's like, but don't you
Go ahead.
think, for this story to move forward, you have to revisit why that
Right.
thing happened, right? Like, why they found the extra dungeon, why he went in there, and why his choice to stay, right, and not run out of that circle
Yeah.
made him who he is.
Well, and the other thing too is if those all those people had the opportunity to stay in there. So if all those people went in there, wouldn't it have been all of them with this ability to level up versus just Jinwoo? Or was it always going to be just one? And after that, they're going to do another test or something else, right? We don't know because it just kind of ended there and they haven't really explained that out yet.
Right, and did he die? Did he actually just die there
And then
and then be reborn into the system?
that's a theory I have actually thought about multiple times, only this season so far. because this is the season where they're like, "Hey, you don't smell like a human." And like a couple of things have said it, right? The fucking ice elves said it. The fucking what is it? The mages and stuff for the orcs, they said it too. They're like, "You don't seem like a human."
Right.
And then even the demons treated him a little different.
Right. And then even Hunter Cha was like, "You
Oh, that's
smell."
right. Yeah, Hunter Cha too.
She was like, "You don't smell like a human. You smell like these demons,
Yep.
these system
And
niggas."
so you're right. It is possible that he actually died and was reborn into the system. Or
Reawaken
there's
into
so
the
many
system.
options. But like that part, at least they have that going for him because that's a good little
Mystery.
yeah, it's a good mystery. But eventually we got to get the answer, right? Like,
Right. How quickly? And
yeah,
that's the question nowadays is like how quickly you're gonna get the answers because even what we just covered in Fire Force, it's like, yeah, the truth kind of got unveiled, but
there's so
is it
many layers
fully
to it.
unveiled?
Right.
And what layer are we really seeing current?
Yeah,
So
because if this is it, this is trash.
right. I mean, obviously there's more.
Right.
Obviously there's more. But again, I mean, you have that big mystery of the system in solo leveling. But again, I think one of the most disappointing parts was him reviving mom and then deciding, yo, I don't want to
Not to go
like
to
what?
Juju Island.
What?
Jujubee.
What?
I actually wrote
Yo,
that down.
I
I was
go,
like,
you
"Meh."
revived your mom because of this shit. Like everyone knows. Hold on. Everyone
I
fucking
didn't say
knows.
anything.
Hold on. Everyone. Don't say anything yet. Hold on. Everyone knows that this motherfucker needs to go to this island to defend civilization in general. Like, your mom's not gonna be a fucking thing if these fucking ants on this island come over and
That
like
that didn't
that's the
bother me
most
as much
obvious shit.
because like so
But he's
it
like, I want to spend time with my mom, and I just revived her.
yeah, I understand
That
why
was his
you don't like
excuse.
it because you are already talking about the S-Ring hunters looking super weak. Uh,
Still.
that didn't bother me as much because I was like, he probably thinks all those S ranks are super capable,
But why
especially
would he
since he went
send
toe to
the
toe with
shadows?
Godo.
But why would he send the shadows? And that's where I'm
Just in
like,
case.
but he's always saying that too, and that's what I hate about that. I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. He goes, "Yo, this guy's insane." Like you hear him say it, right?
That's
You're
yeah,
like,
I bring it up
"This
all the
guy's
time.
dope."
He says it,
Or
but
the
you never
master dude.
see it.
Right.
Yeah.
The master guy where he's like, "Yo, this guy's at my level now. However, in a few weeks or whatever, I'm going to be above him or whatever the case may be." But it's like, why? What like why say that when in reality you're already stronger than him? You know damn well when he said he's at my level now to the old master dude, the old
Mhm.
association dude.
Yeah. To
Bitch, you know damn well you're
the
already
person
stronger than
real quick, the
him.
person you've been referring to as master this whole time, are you talking about the chairman?
Yeah, the old chairman dude.
You were gonna call him chairman and
Chaster.
master. Yeah, you were
Yeah,
combining those.
Chaster. Yeah.
Yep. All
The
right.
Chaster dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, he acted, in my opinion, he acted like he was at his level and said, "Oh, well, yeah, he's at my level now, and this aura shit, and you could see the different auras." And I'm like, No, no, because
Mhm.
if he's old and he's at your level now, and we've seen what we've seen from him, who's revived Tusk, who's revived Egress, you're telling me he's at your level now? Yet these guys who are in their prime can't fucking beat these ants to save their lives? Are you fucking serious?
You really are upset about how weak they are.
Are you not?
It doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you.
No, I'm like, no
You're
one's
riding
watching
that
this.
home.
No one's watching this.
Yeah, no, but it's what I always say. It's actually my biggest gripe with the show, and I say this on every review we've done on this. This has somehow worked its way out. Where my biggest gripe is they don't show you how strong these people are. They just tell you and expect that to be enough. 'cause it's like you were saying, he was like, "Oh, this person's oh, I heard he turns into a beast and he can go all out. This is
Yeah,
why are you doing this?"
and
And
then
you're
when he
like,
does it, he doesn't do shit.
yeah, I'm like, "Okay, so he puts on some mittens? Like, the fuck? He put on some shoes and some mittens, and now all of a sudden he's a fucking problem?" Like, it did you're right, it doesn't show you how strong they are. It's just him reacting like it.
Talking,
Yeah.
talking
Like,
shit.
"Oh, shit. He's getting serious now. Oh, shit. You can't
Yeah,
do
he's
this."
worried now, and I'm like,
Yep. But you can't
the
see it.
way you're
Yeah.
moving, and then towards the end of where we're covering,
Mhm.
you just see you're like, yo, your level's above these niggas, and
Yeah.
you were just talking. You didn't do anything in between
No.
sparring with that nigga
He did his training,
and
but
then right, sparring with
yeah.
that nigga and then jumping into the exchange. You didn't
Yeah.
do anything to fucking level up that much. That's bullshit. I
Yeah.
go, That's horrible
Now you're just
writing."
getting stronger by being alive. Yeah.
Right. That's horrible writing in regards to, like, that
Lazy writing. Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah. Lazy writing.
And and and
100%.
and it brings it back to what we said originally in season 1 when we covered this show. He got too strong too quick.
Yeah. It's interesting because this show really makes you think. Because I remember when we were reviewing season one on this one, and it's the thought has stuck in my head, and it's why I remember it came out when we were reviewing this season one. Is what I was saying is I really hope the new gen animes, because anime is getting so popular and so many more, it's like more mainstream than it ever was when we were kids. You had to fucking hide in the closet and shit. But because of that, it's starting to be more like overpowered people and less storyline and not as great as far as storylines concerned. And so one of my biggest concerns have always been, as anime gets more popular, are we going to turn it to like the American film industry where it's all big explosions and overpowered people and these elegant fights and great animation where we're not worried as much about the storyline? And so Solo Leveling, the storyline's there. I enjoy it, but it does kind of seem, as I continue to watch these newer animes, it does kind of seem that it's trending that way.
Into the overpowered.
Yeah, overpowered, great animation, big fight scenes, but less storyline. It does seem kind of like it's trending in that direction, and I really hope they pull it back because the whole great thing about anime is
That the
the
main character
development.
gets whooped, right? Like, I
The
think
development, that's part of it.
but
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes down to. I know that's a fucking plain way of saying it.
Oversimplification. Yeah.
Very oversimplification, simplification, but, I think even in animes like Deep Dragon Ball, where
Hmm.
Goku would get his ass kicked still before he, you know, fucking jumped to the new level where he
Yeah.
was overpowered.
Yeah. And he train a lot too.
Yeah, so
Fact,
you would see the
more than he was a dad. Yeah.
right. He would
Yeah.
train more than raise his own kid.
Yeah.
But, training and then also getting your ass kicked, I think is an important part of character development, and they're just disregarding it.
So if Jinwoo got his ass kicked and everything else stayed the same,
That
you
wouldn't be
think?
more interesting?
I'm asking you. You're saying
That would be more
that's like
interesting.
the way the way your logic lines up. That's what you're saying. I just
Is
want to
that it would be a
confirm it.
more interesting anime.
If
Like,
everything else was
he
the
had
same except he'd
adversity,
lost every now and again.
or not necessarily lost, but, like, was getting worked and had to learn some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, to your credit, when he does fight people, even if it's like a tougher fight than normal, it's literally like one he gets hit once and then he's back and under control and
and
all
then
good. So
dominates.
he doesn't really get beat up at all, which is
Right.
very interesting. I would have liked to see him and Goto go at it.
When they stopped it,
Yeah, when they stopped it, I would have liked to see that. I would have
because
liked
he
to see
got
them
cut.
really, yeah, because they were starting to ramp up. He's like, "Oh
Right.
shit, nigga, you could have grabbed my wrist," and he was like,
I didn't
"Nah."
want it to end, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like he's, like, choosing to hold back, and then it ruins the moment, right? The moment is that you're like, "Yo, this guy is near him," right?
Hmm.
You're like, "This is finally the S rank that's near him,"
Yeah.
and then he says
100%.
that, and you're like, well, that's not the nigga that's near him now because he chose to fucking make it a fight.
Yeah, but it was like he wanted to go all out in that one. I think that's just a bad example because he wanted to
No,
go
he
all out.
didn't.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
did.
think he wanted to. I think he didn't.
He's a battle junkie.
He's a
He
battle
started
junkie
getting into it.
in that he's gonna fucking fight you to see your ability, not to fully show you his.
Well, he was trying to gauge his ability. Yes, that is an aspect of it, but I think he wanted to go all out on that one. I think so.
What made you think that?
Just the look in his eye, just his overall fucking makeup and what he's about. I think he wanted to go all out in that one.
Why wouldn't he have?
One man's opinion. Your whole argument is that he wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Is why would he have?
Oh,
Why
why would
wouldn't
I
he
thought you
have?
said why
I'm sorry. Why
wouldn't?
wouldn't he have? No, I said that. Why wouldn't he have gone all out had he wanted to go all out?
I can't make that argument because he would have wanted to. I'm saying he would have wanted to.
You're saying he wanted to, right? He wanted to go
Yes.
all out, is what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
And I'm going, well, he had the time to go all out. So why didn't he go all out?
Why didn't he? Not why wouldn't he? Gotcha. Okay.
Why
So,
wouldn't he have gone all out is what I was saying, which is the exact same as what I had mentioned. It was just more words.
yeah, necessary words, but words nonetheless.
Unnecessary words. More
Right.
unnecessary words.
Uh why didn't he go all out? The reason I don't think he did well, I think as he was ramping up because I think they were both starting off taking it easy to get a feel for each other's abilities, but once they realized they're both strong enough, he wanted to go out. So it just didn't go all out because it didn't get far enough yet. He was just gauging the ability
Well,
phase. Goku even does that. Like
that's being
all of
generous.
them always do that.
That's being generous.
Yeah,
That's
just
being
mad because I
generous.
came out with an answer on the top of the head. Because
Nah,
I'm
that's
the
being
shit.
generous.
Everybody knows it. Y'all should smell my stink. I am the shit.
Yeah, you're being very generous to solo leveling right now. I
It's a
don't
good
think that's
show, man.
genuinely. I don't think that's genuinely what you think. I think you're
It
just
is.
playing devil's advocate.
It is. Nope. That is one I truly believe
You truly believe that
that he wanted
he
to go all out
wanted
on
to
that
go
one.
all out,
Yeah.
held back because that's kind of what the guys do when they want to fill out their
Yep.
abilities.
hmm
And then right before he ramped it up and decided to go all out, everyone stopped. Get the
That's
fuck out of here.
100% what happened.
Get the fuck out of especially since he was the guy who fucking stopped the guy originally when he was going after Cha. Like he
Yeah, because
fucking
they were
jumped
supposed to
in
be
and was
sparring.
like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I think you're overcooking this one.
I'm overcooking it.
Yeah, I think you're
So you think
overcooking
they're
it.
doing a great job.
No,
You
I
think they're
don't.
doing no. You think they're doing a great job of balancing his power with the other S ranks.
No, they are not.
That's horrible. It's a horrible job.
But that wasn't the argument we were just having.
That is the
They're
argument
not
we were
doing a
just
good job
having.
of balancing his power.
That that
But
that is
that doesn't
what
mean
I was
he
saying.
wanted to go all out. That has nothing to do with him wanting to go all out or not.
No, the point of that is that I was saying he could have already gone all out and just fucking went full force from the very beginning. You're saying he chose not to.
Yeah, he chose not
That's
to,
that was
but
the
neither
difference
did
in
Goto.
opinion.
Yeah. Neither of them did. They were trying to fill each other out to get a gauge on their real strength and abilities.
Right, but you're acting
Yeah,
like you're acting like that other S rank, the dude with all that hair and shit,
Goto.
could have. Yeah, Goto could have been at that level at that time where he goes, "I'm going all out," and I'm going, "No, that guy's all out isn't the same as Jinwoo's all out."
I
He
agree.
couldn't have even gotten close, in my opinion, and we don't know yet, right? That's
Yeah.
a mystery, right? We
But
don't
that's the
really
argument
know.
we're having because we
Right,
don't know. Right.
right.
It wouldn't be an
So,
argument if we knew because
right.
one would be right,
Right.
one would
I
be
just wanted
wrong.
to point out I'm not saying I know what that S ranks dude's true ability is.
Yeah.
I'm saying what I think his true ability is isn't even close because of what we've seen from the other S ranks.
Yeah, but he's also on a different level. They did mention
Don't
that, but
see it.
once again, they say it, they don't show it. At no point have we seen his ability to be
And
at
time
John.
again.
They say it, they don't show it. So, but
Time and time again.
they say he's on a different level of S rank.
But then when you see Jinwoo in there, you're like, yo, you were bullshitting. That motherfucker isn't even close to jinwoo.
I think
I'm mad. I get mad.
so. Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. The problem is that
Fucking
fucking
annoying.
one of the problems is, and it's something you actually brought up just a few minutes ago, which is it seems like he's getting stronger without training or beating monsters. Like that's how it feels.
I
That's how it
mean,
feels. Is it accurate or not?
yeah,
Who
I don't
knows?
know.
But to me, it feels like each time we see him, he's stronger, whether we see him fight or not. With
So
that being said, real quick, let me bring up my point real quick so I don't forget. So like, I could see it in my head to where they show up to fight, and at that time, they're at a similar level, but if he showed up now to Jeju Island, then all of a sudden, he's 10 times stronger than him, and that wouldn't be surprising at all because of the way they've written the show. That was the point of me bringing that. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I see that. Um, but again, I mean, they do show him increasing in talent through those levels of that dungeon,
Mhm.
right? To
Yeah.
get to the elixir. So I do give them credit in that it's not like it's not completely shown. I think that's actually what it is that it's not completely shown. Is that they have moments where he's trying to get better in training, but they
Right.
don't really show him getting better during the training. They show his shadow warrior
Yeah, they show Shadow
shit
Wars, they show him getting the
shitting
level
on
ups,
people,
they
and
talk
he's
about
getting the
him putting
level
in
up,
points, but they don't.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
agree with that.
like, let's throw it to DBZ. Goku, he's getting better by doing them push-ups, by doing zero gravity training, by doing what he's got to do there. They show him doing that work, whereas in
Mhm.
this one, they show his shadow shit doing work,
Yeah.
and that's where it's like, okay, motherfucker,
Cheat
like
another cheat code.
that's a cheat code.
Yeah,
That's a cheat
another
code.
cheat
How
code
is he
where
leveling
they're
up
they're
when his
leveling he's
shadows
leveling
are the
up with
ones
his
killing him?
shadows, yeah.
And then when his shadows get annihilated, right? When
He
they get
just
wiped out,
respawns them.
he fucking respawns them.
Yep,
And then he's getting more levels.
yep.
So it's like,
It's crazy because if someone tuned in right now, they'd be like, "How do you guys not like solo leveling?" And we'd be like, "Dude, we fucking
we
love
love
it.
it.
We love it. It's one of the best season 2s I've ever watched." But you just but I just
Yeah, but I
but
just
we
heard you
just
be critical.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, man, we could love something and still have things about it we don't like, but it's like it's just funny to think about as I was listening to that rant. I was like, it's funny because we both really enjoy this show. We really, really do. But there's always room for improvement, you know? And so
We're
I
being
know I'm
hypercritical.
yeah, I'm super, super excited about this next one. I knew at the end he was gonna do a shadow exchange. I knew at the end it was gonna be at the end of the episode and he was gonna fight for this. Like I knew from the beginning it's predictable as ever. Like it bothered the shit out of me. Bothered the shit out of me. But I was like, all right, well, I
It's just a
guess we're gonna
matter of
do
when.
next. Yep. We're gonna do next week's episode. It is what it is.
And it was a matter of whose head's gonna get cut off, right? Like, so
Fuck.
who's
Off with the
so
head, dude. Holy
so
shit.
so so I was at that point. Once the first guy's head got taken off, you remember, and it ended that episode. I think it was one right
It was a
before the
chick.
last,
It was a chick.
right, where she was
Yeah.
about to heal the guy, right? The
Yep.
guy's like,
She was
"Yo,
talking
fucking
shit.
heal me," and
Yeah.
I, and
She was like,
and
"Pay
I don't
me,
know about
nigga."
you, but I was like, "Yo, hurry up and heal him," because for whatever reason, I felt like it was gonna be what happened,
Mhm.
right? They do a good job of kind of foreshadowing. So I was like, "Yo, fucking heal the guy already. Who cares?
Yeah.
Why are you being cocky? This just makes no sense."
None
And
whatsoever.
head chopped off, and then at that point, second her head got chopped off, first thing that thought in my mind was, okay, the other healer nigga who's the homie
He's gone.
who is gone. He's about to get his head chopped off as well.
Yep.
But after that thought, I thought, okay, um, how many now? So out of all those people they had brought up, the
You were like,
karate
"How many
guy,
of them are gonna die?"
the the
Because you already think they're all weak to begin with.
right, the wolf guy, that
Yep.
now I'm thinking, okay, so I'm curious now about how many of them are gonna get their heads cut, and of course it was only
Dude,
him.
so yeah, before we wrap this up, because we're just about at that time, I did want to point out. So Goto, the dude who's in charge of the one in Japan, the
The
Hunters
S
Guild
ranks,
Japan, the S
yeah.
rank, yeah, the super strong dude. I fucked with him until the end there, where you realize that they were helping out, but they were okay with the fucking Korean hunters fucking dying. So that way they could be the superpower. They could have more S ranks than Korea. But when he called originally and he's like, "Hey, they're not gonna make it," he's like, "Nah, nigga, they ain't gonna make it." He's like, "All right, come back." The chancellor, whatever the fuck it was like, "All right, come back. Fuck it, we tried." I was like, "Oh, he's gonna hang up on him and be like, yo, that's fucked up. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna leave him. I'm gonna fucking save him. Fuck that." Instead, he was like, "Yeah, all right, cool." I was like, "No, I liked you." Like, it
You
bothered
thought they
the
were a good
shit out of
guy?
me. I thought he was a good guy. I thought he wasn't a piece of shit. I was like, he's helping this nigga out. Granted, I thought it was because he wanted to show off how powerful he was.
Isn't that rare too that he was the guy from Japan,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And he's seen as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Normally, they have the American as the bad guy,
Always the
no?
Americans. Yep. Always the
Isn't that
Americans.
interesting? And
Yeah.
I don't know if who's the main people now that that was Japan, because I honestly, that was one thing where I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait,
I
hold on,
think
I thought
I think I think it's Korea.
Korea." Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah, I
could
was
be
like,
making that up.
that was very interesting.
Yeah.
I
But
wonder.
yeah, so what do you think, cuz there's only really 1 to 2 episodes left, an hour left essentially.
Right.
Do
We have the
you
special
think
coming up
do you think this is going to
tomorrow.
land? Do you think it's going to land well before to close it out?
I think it's gonna land well. I mean, I think Jinwoo's gonna pull up and
Fucking
just fuck everyone up.
yep.
And I think he's just gonna annihilate easily everyone.
That fucking he's
Not
going to
only
fuck that fucking ant up, dude, right?
right,
Like there's no
yeah,
doubt. There's no doubt in anybody's head that Jinwoo was going to come fuck that nigga up.
right, and he has his army. On top of that, I think Tusk is gonna have his moment. I think Egress is gonna have their moment.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go crazy. But I am curious to see at the end, right? When
Mhm.
he finally fucks everyone up, what's gonna be revealed. Because
There's got to be something.
I
They can't
hope
just end it on the fight.
right on fucking everyone up, right?
Yeah.
Like I hope that either some sort of system aspect is going to be revealed or some sort of enemy,
That's cool.
like
Yeah.
some sort of
Yeah,
big
yeah, yeah.
enemy is going to
Yeah.
be like
So,
the final boss dude
yeah.
is going to be
So
revealed.
something you just brought something up interesting. So honestly, this season's going to be one of the best season 2s I've ever seen no matter what happens.
Right.
I will
We're
say
already there.
I will say right now I'm expecting by the end of the season I'll think it's better than JJK season 2. But if what you said comes true, like if they just do a big fight at the end and they don't introduce a new bad guy,
Nothing. Just
something
him
about
winning.
the system, him winning, and I'll be happy with that. But it won't
It won't
surpass
be JJK
JJK.
2 season 2,
Yeah, it won't pass JJK season 2 if it doesn't do anything. It still might not even if it does, but
but depending on what that
right,
does
right,
is.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it will be, is my point. I'm assuming
We'll
it will
see.
be, but I
I'm
really,
excited.
really hope they don't do us dirty. I really hope because it's gonna be so easy to be disappointed because the season's so good. It's
It
so
really is.
good. So that's the hope for the season. Guys, we appreciate every single fucking one of you. As
Almost at
always,
800.
yep, as always, like, subscribe, comment, comment, comment.
Comment, comment, comment.
Please make sure you comment. We appreciate you. You said we're
Yeah.
almost at 800 now.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
We
we're
wanna
moving up.
know what y'all thought about this season, what y'all thought about season 2s in
Yes, sir.
general of different animes. We wanna know what y'all hope, comes out in this final episode. Granted,
Yeah.
probably majority won't watch it by the time it comes out already, but if you are here and you haven't seen, that final special, let us know.
Yep. Let us know. All right, guys. Comedy Hashira.
Blackie Chan.
We out.
Yeah.